click on Battle for Wondla Chapter 14. Let's see if this works. I am live. Okay, it made it. Yep. You just got to click on that. No, go to, and here, I got it. 1 second. Go to Andrew Bushinger. Click on my name. Guys, are you being quiet during story time? Because I hear a lot of people talking back there in the background, and you guys know what story time rules are. I hear a lot of stuff being played with, and that's not okay, and I don't have to do this if you guys aren't going to follow the rules, okay? Who is banging that? Somebody was making loud banging noises right after I asked you guys to stop making noise during story time. Who was it? Okay, let me know when you guys are ready. Are all of you sitting on the couch and not touching any toys and being completely ready to listen to a story? Okay. It really stresses my poor computer out when I move around. Actually, having all that white back there makes it sad too. It likes it better when I'm reading with just the one light on, because then it doesn't have to encode all of the light spots. Darkness is easy. Is Dan back yet? Is everyone ready to listen? Okay, here I go. Chapter 14. Turn. That's the name of the chapter. Let's go look at the face of betrayal again. Dun, dun, dun. Here, let me adjust the lighting a little bit. There's Caruncle. All right, let's go. Are you guys really ready for this? Can you guys hear me? Do you guys hear me talking through the computer? Oh, well, that's bad. Yeah, I can hear them. I just didn't know that my sound wasn't coming through the computer. Let me change some settings, maybe. Okay, can you guys hear me coming through the computer now? Kids? Hello? Can you hear me now? I totally was. Let me stop and restart. No, I just restarted the stream. Can you hear me now? Say the word brown fish to me if you can hear me. Okay, here we go. Chapter 14, Turn. There's Caruncle, the betrayer. Let's get a good look at the face of evil. Self-serving evil. Traitor my patootie. Isn't it funny? He's a traitor and he's a traitor. I should have seen that one coming. I knew it! Haley balled his fists and kicked the rubble. He stomped around furious. Didn't I tell you, Ava? I saw this coming. Ava, Haley, Caruncle said, keeping his aim on Zin. I suggest you leave. I'm only tasked with finding Zin, not you. Don't do this. Ava walked towards Zin. Do not interfere, else shall be forced to harm. Stop you. Caruncle kept his focus on Zim, who was floating at the edge of the cave. You, come forward to me, Zin. Now. Haley grabbed Ava's arm. We don't stand a chance against a warship. and I can already hear it approaching. We should go. Yes, good idea, Ava. For once, the thick-headed Grawl is think-speaking properly. Caruncle kept his aim on Zin. I'm afraid your friend is right, Ava. I hear the ship as well. Zin's voice wavered. You both should save yourselves. From the edge of the cave appeared several moles. They stepped out from the shade of the giant lichen tree and watched, silent. Looks like we're not alone. Caruncle waved the boom rod at the moles. I hope these plant creatures know what is good smart for them and stay out of this. Caruncle, stop! Ava stepped between his boom rod and the moles. Ava! Zin started. Step back, Caruncle yelled, or I shall kill you, human, the boy, and your little creature friends. Behind him, the ominous shape of a warship descended from the clouds. Caruncle, listen to me. Lorik's going to kill Zin, Ava said. You'll no longer have anyone to sell your discoveries to. I have a new patron now, and he pays handsomely. Now leave us, Caruncle shouted over the whine of the landing ship. This is your last warning. A blast of hot air caused sand to billow out as the large craft settled in a clearing just behind Caruncle. Like the other warships Ava had seen, a snarling mouth and angry red eyes adorned this one's nose. A ramp hissed open from the ship's belly, revealing a pair of armed warbots. On 3 mechanized legs, each, both machines marched toward the standoff. Ava, Haley barked, we need to go, now. He seized Ava by the arm and dragged her behind a mound of rubble. One of the warbots spoke. Attention! Remain stationary while identification is confirmed. A red laser scanned over Caruncle. Where are the people? Haley whispered as he peeked out from behind the rubble. I don't know. Ava heard the munt runners braying. She watched as they stomped the ground and tugged at the hitch that held them. What? Yeah, I spent a couple seconds not talking there, so let me know if you can still hear me. Okay. I don't know. Ava heard the munt runners braying. She watched as they stomped the ground and tugged at the hitch that held them. They're scared. We have to stop this, Haley. How? We've got no weapons. This is the one you want, Caruncle said, pointing to Zin with the boom rod. I don't think there are any people on board. Haley watched the hatch of the warship. It's just the warbots. Just the warbots, Ava whispered. Do you have any idea how deadly they are? I don't know how we're going to get Zin out of this. The warbots' red lasers flickered over Zin. Identification of Arcean trader known as Zin is affirmative. You are to come with us. Board the ship immediately. Any deviation from our instructions will result in immobilization. Zin lowered his head and flowed towards Caruncle. Danger, intruder! Danger, intruder! Danger, intruder! Danger, intruder! The cries of the knife jacks flooded Ava's mind. She peered up from her hiding place just in time to see the pillar guard pick up Caruncle's hover sloop and throw it at the warbots. When the sloop was lifted, the hitching pole snapped off and both munt raiders bolted, though still tethered together. My things! Caruncle roared with anger. Let's go, Ava yelled and dashed from the rubble into the fray. One of the warbots toppled and was crushed under the impact of the hover sloop. Cages, crates, and containers spilled out in every direction. The pillar guard leapt over the wrecked sloop and thrashed at the remaining warbot. A torrent of shock darts spewed from the warbot, covering the pillar guard. With one stroke, the guard swept most of the darts from its body. The warbot activated the remaining shock darts, but they did not immobilize the guard. Instead, they only seemed to anger it more. Ava started towards Zin, then stopped when she heard the squeal of one of the munt runners. A shock dart was embedded deep in its thigh. Haley, help Bix and Bax! Haley dashed toward the mounts, while Ava continued toward Zin. Hide! A sonic womb erupted at Ava's feet, and she tumbled face down in a spray of sand and rock. Ava! Haley cried. Zin zoomed over to her side. Not so fast, quick! Caruncle stomped up, with the boom rod aimed at Ava's head. With or without the warbot's help, I'm bringing Zin in. If I have to bring in your body as an artifact to trade sell to Lorok, then all the good better for me. Beyond Caruncle, Ava could see the pillar guard stumbling back into the wrecked sloop. She heard the cry of the crippled munt-runner still hitched to its partner. She felt the joy of the knife-jacks escaping from their broken cage. She noticed the silence of the moles gathered outside their home. They were no longer singing. Ava stood to face Caruncle. She spit the sand out of her mouth and into his face. "It is too bad it has come to this, Ava. But as Caruncle said, we must do what we can to survive." Caruncle raised the boom rod and fired. The knife-jack that bit him, however, threw off his aim, and the sonic blast connected with a wall far behind Ava. The wall toppled backwards, joining the rubble and dust that littered the landscape. Before Caruncle could recharge the boom rod, another knife-jack landed on him. In one deft move, its sharp beak snipped off one of Caruncle's secondary hands. He stared in shock at the bleeding stump. Before he could cry out in pain, another knife-jack landed on him, then another. "No!" Caruncle swatted at the attacking creatures. "Don't hurt me!" Ava watched as Caruncle fell under the drove of freed knife-jacks. "I can do this," she thought. "I must do this." Caruncle thrashed about wildly, pleading for help. "He dies, you live," Ava told the knife-jacks. "He dies, you live." The hiss of the warship's ramp closing spurred Haley to action. He pried the omnipod from Caruncle's severed hand and bolted past the clashing warbot and pillar guard. Ava watched as Haley dove under the warship just as the ramp sealed shut. In seconds, the engines rumbled to life and the ship took off in a cloud of dust. "No, that'll take him back to Lorok." Ava watched the warship disappear into the cloud cover. "Be careful, Ava." Zinn grabbed her by the shoulder and pulled her back from the battling giants. She shook off Zinn's grasp. "But I have to help Haley." There was a loud boom as the pillar guard thrust his clawed hand into the metallic shell of the warbot. The robot exploded, throwing the guard, Ava and Zinn, backwards. Right, here's a preview of Chapter 15. That didn't focus very well, did it? This poor pillar guard. Nope, that's it. What?